You are what I'm looking for. I know what I'm looking for.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've got a fun and simple Chop It Up inspired project using the Stamperia Welcome Home collection. So first I have this 6 by 12 inch book of fussy cut elements, and the elements are double-sided so that you have a nice image on both sides. And then I've got the 8 by 8 inch paper pad. And then I also have the 12 by 12 paper pad, which is the exact same patterns as the 8 by 8, just in a larger scale. I ended up only using the 8 by 8 papers for this project. I didn't have any idea what I really wanted to do in my craft room today, so I thought I'll just pull out some paper and see where it goes. I ended up creating an entire mini Chop It Up project. So I've got these cut aparts all cut out, and then I decided to trim off the border off of all of these cards. Originally I was going to make tags with them, but then I thought these would kind of fit perfectly on little note cards. So I grabbed some quarter sheets of cardstock that measure 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then I scored them across the 5 1/2 inch side at 2 3/4. And then I'm just going to crease those folds, and then this creates the cutest little note card. So I went ahead and I did that. I made 6 of those little cards. I used my bone folder to give a nice sharp crease on those because I'm using heavyweight cardstock. And then I'll grab a little bit of liquid glue and glue these down to the little cards. I'm going to end up trimming these cards down just a little bit. So I'm centering them towards the top with the same amount of space on the left and right and the top. And then I'll come in later on and trim off a little bit from the bottom so that it's perfectly even all the way around. So I glued on all 6 of my images onto my card bases. And then I just grabbed my trimmer and I eyeballed it first just to trim away a little bit off the bottom. Now, if you're using a trimmer like this, I advise you to slide the card down to the bottom so that when you apply pressure with the trimmer, the card doesn't move anywhere. So it moved the first time, so I slid it down and that worked so much better. So I just want to check the measurement here. I want to make sure that they're all going to be the same size. So they are cut down to 4 inches. And then that little image is perfectly centered on our card. And then we have 6 cards that measure 2 3/4 by 4 inches. All right, so the next thing I want to do is grab another one of those pattern papers, and I want to create a little gift box to put these in. I thought this would make a cute little gift, and it's such a tiny little project and it doesn't take much of your supplies, but it's something fun to do in your crafty space, and it's a cute little gift. So I grabbed another one of those 8 by 8 inch papers, and then I just cut it in half at 4 inches and then cut it down to 5 inches. So I have a piece that measures 5 by 4 inches, and now I'm going to score 1/2 inch all the way around on all 4 sides. And then I'm going to come in and separate the little corner tabs. I'm not going to cut these away. I'm just going to make a little slit in them so that I can fold those little tabs in and glue it on the inside to form the base of a box. So I'm just cutting out a little sliver out of the little tab, a slight angle cut, just to help it fold together nicely and so it's easier for you to see on camera. So I did that to the top 2 corners, and then I flipped it over and did the same thing to the bottom 2 corners. And now I'm going to crease all of the folds. So I'm just folding in that little 1/2 inch strip on all 4 sides. And now you'll see we've created these little tabs that we can square up and glue on the inside in order to form the box to hold our cards. So I'm going to fold in all of those 4 little tabs there and apply adhesive to each one of those. And then I'll take those 2 corners and fold them up and make sure it's nice and straight and square and pinch everything together, giving that adhesive a second to hang onto the paper. And then I'll do that to the other side and squish everything in together. There we go. We have the base of the box. And then I'll check to see if all of my cards are going to fit in there. They fit nicely. and all 6 of them will fit in there with no problem. If you wanted to take this to the next level and add envelopes, I think you would need a bigger box, but the 6 cards fit perfectly. So now I've got that other half of that paper, and I'm going to create the lid. So here I'm going to cut this down to 5 1/8 of an inch, just a little tiny bit bigger than the bottom of the box, so that 1/8 of an inch gives us a little bit more room to be able to put this piece over top of the box. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to score at 1/2 inch on all 4 sides, same measurements, and I'm going to do the same little angle cut slits, on 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom, and then crease all of those folds and apply adhesive in the same spot. So we're making the exact same thing. The only difference is this piece is 1/8 of an inch bigger on one side. Okay, so everything is adhered together nicely, and now this little tiny lid is going to fit perfectly snug right over top of our box. There you go, a cute little gift box. You can add a nice little ribbon or a little note to this and give this as a gift. Perfect little Happy Mail item or a thank you to someone, and all just for chopping it up in our craft room. So take a look at some of your pattern papers and see if there's anything in there that can inspire you to get to chopping. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed today's quick Chop It Up project. Coming up on screen are some more Chop It Up videos I think you may enjoy. Have yourself a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!